Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Coffee and Conversations chat with CU Denver Student Life. I'm Lance Glunz, the office's procurement coordinator. Today, I'm joined by Fabian Laguna, student government representative and finance and funding committee chair. Hi, Fabian.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you handling this time of remote classes and all of our social distancing?
Well, I think like everyone, I'm just trying to get used to all of these changes. Um, we've all known that online school exists, but pretty much, or most of us, I'd say, chose to go to school in person. So I think we're just trying to adjust to this online reality. I, like many people, was laid off from my job at a brewery, so I'm
Mm,
collecting unemployment. I'm very fortunate for that, but just trying to deal with a lot less on my schedule and trying to figure out how to feel productive within all of that. But I think it's a good experience, a good learning experience, and a good time to really kind of reflect on what matters in life.
yeah, I appreciate that. Um, as far as my end, I've definitely adjusted to remote work and trying to set a daily routine helps, but I'm always searching for something else to do to break out of the monotony. So thank you for sharing and just expressing kind of what you're going through.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're lucky here in Colorado; we get to leave the house at least. I'm feeling for my friends in Europe who can't even leave the house, and that just
Yeah,
must be a whole nother level of difficulty.
it definitely puts things in perspective to try to get a like holistic view of what's going on across the country and the world. I've felt
Absolutely.
that. So Fabian, what is your role in student government and how has your position changed in the last few weeks?
So I'm the chair of the Finance and Funding Board. What we do is fund student organizations for events, conferences, recruitment material, all sorts of different opportunities well, we fund student organizations to provide opportunities to other students. Unfortunately, because of the shutdown of campus, we are very limited on what we can fund now. So that's really changed my position a lot. Right now, I'm just trying to explore opportunities for funding for organizations. Um, right now, we're doing a lot of virtual meetings for our student government. Our Senate meetings are obviously all virtual, and it's kind of difficult to feel like you have the same level of engagement within our organization. And then that extends on to student organizations. I'm really trying to figure out ways to keep people engaged and to still communicate to organizations that there are opportunities, although they're limited. There are opportunities to still make an impact to on campus, and well, I guess on our virtual campus now. But yeah, just dealing with those changes.
Yeah. I appreciate all the work that you're doing. I know I've heard some of the changes that FNF is pursuing. I've definitely sat in on Senate meetings, so I know all the SGA is trying to do to handle these rapid changes. I appreciate the work that you're putting in.
Yeah, it's definitely a learning process, but we're doing our best.
Yeah. We've definitely felt some of the effects in student life too. Student life continues our remote work just like SGA. We have weekly programming on social media, like these coffee and conversations videos. Our leadership workshops like Lunch and Lead have moved online. We have virtual office hours on our website and through individual accounts. So I'm sure trying to outreach with students just the same as SGA members. Um, Obviously, as you shared, we can still do funding proposals to SGA as club officers, but we're trying to figure out what options are still available to officers. Additionally, officers can request purchases with their own club funds. That process has not really changed. We are, again, limited because of travel and event suspensions currently on campus, but for example, we recently organized some purchases for online programming like speaker honoraria that SGA funded, and I've helped some clubs with paying off their national membership dues that they still need to pay to finish out the school year.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are the two main things that we can fund right now is basically national uh, association fees or virtual speaker fees. We've also had the opportunity to fund social media marketing if any
Mm,
organizations are interested in that. I haven't had anyone request for that, but it could be a good way kind of try to get a little bit of a recruitment budget in before the semester is over. The last thing that we're working on for F&F that I forgot to mention is we're trying to create a resource library for student organizations. Of course, that depends on us being able to preserve some of the funds that we have this year. But the idea is to purchase reusable resources, whether that be technology like an iPad or a karaoke machine or something like that, all the way to simple things like a tablecloth that we'd have in the student government office in collaboration with Student Life would check out to student organizations. And this way they wouldn't have to request funds for more expensive items or more frequently used items. And it would kind of create more of a sense of community around these resources. So we're really working on that, and hopefully we'll be able to keep some funds to be able to purchase those resources this summer.
Sounds great. Do you have any other announcements for club officers or any advice that you'd like to share for your fellow student leaders?
Well, I just, say everyone just please reach out if you need anything, communicate as much as you can. I know feel like we're pretty removed from each other, but I think the best way to stay, motivated and stay excited about being in school is to stay in touch with each other and share our experiences. So please reach out if you have any questions or if you just want to talk. Please vote in the elections. We have some important topics, and it's really important to have your voice heard as a student. Those elections are going to occur on April 20th, from April 20th to April 26th. And yeah, so I just encourage all of you to stay in touch with each other. And if you have anything you want to ask us or just talk about, you can post on the CUSG Facebook page or just email me at fabian.laguna@ucdenver.edu.
Thanks, Fabian. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'd like to end with an update from my end on the procurement side of things. This spring, Student Life received access to MyLynx's new finance module. The finance module will essentially be a one-stop shop for your club's transaction history, funding and purchase requests, expense reconciliation, etc. This is a departure from previous years where club budgets were tracked in OneDrive folders that were separate from MyLynx and had to be manually updated and shared to officers. So this new tool will be fully implemented by next academic year. It will have all of those same features in one spot, but right now we're looking for club officers to serve as our focus group. Those students would have the opportunity to provide foundational feedback for the module itself and really the funding processes that are built within it for next school year. So if any of our listeners are interested, please contact me at lance.glunz@ucdenver.edu, or you can respond to the budgetary update emails that we're going to be sending out before the end of the school year. Thank you again, Fabian, for joining me today. I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts on SGA's updates and F&F. I really appreciate you joining me, and I hope that you continue thriving in our new environment.
Thanks so much, Lance. You too. I appreciate it. And yeah, just as Lance said, all you student organizations, please consider working with Lance and trying to create a focus group for this module. It's going to be an awesome way to make things more efficient next semester.
Thanks, Fabian. Thanks all.
Thank you.